Alright, back to the danger zone. See how much better we can fare in the danger zone than last time we were here. It took me a while to really get through this stage the first time, I feel like. And back then this felt like a marathon kind of level. And it does not feel that way now. It looks not that long now. I feel like I don't know, the goal time being 2 minutes 40 seconds seems kind of ridiculous now, I feel like. More just because this game's current standard of difficulty is just very incongruent with that. Ah, shoot. Like that's... When this was released, it was part of an update that gave you substantially more difficult stages compared to anything else that was in the game at the time. And the times being willing to let you die some number of times made sense in light of that. But compared to the rest of the stages in this release of the game, I think that seems... Dude, come on. Seems kind of ridiculous. Like, today I'd expect someone to get through this stage in one attempt without too much difficulty. If they can do well in other stages. Mind your spin, jeez. There was still one part here I always found difficult. I suspect may give me some trouble still now. Not to say this isn't actually a difficult stage, like I don't think it's inappropriate for this particular part of the game, for instance. But at the very end you have one bit that I find fairly difficult to time. Ah, shoot. I should probably just do these parts individually so I can remember what the timing is for each of them. Because I don't remember how to do all of these parts consistently. I don't remember if I think I just got a gold here. I don't think I got a diamond here. I also don't know what you need for a diamond here. It could be way, way higher standard than getting a gold. Which is a pretty long time to get a gold here. I don't know why I have such a hard time really understanding what places those one spinning bars can hit me in. I do know that in the past I've managed to... do them really consistently. By getting a real good feel for what areas are safe and what aren't. But for some reason I just find it really unintuitive to do. It's more like I just have to experiment. Also, I'm trying to go through this faster now, I suppose, and it's not working especially well. All in those cases of degradation of performance now. Okay. I'm gonna be sad if I do worse than this time than the first time I was in this stage. I am more consistently... I do remember finding this jump a little bit difficult in the past, and now I definitely don't. I don't know why... I can't get a clear idea of when it's safe on this thing anymore. Not really when, it's more where. I think but more spatially than temporally, which may be part of the problem. But I'm pretty sure, at least from last time I did this, that there are certain spots you can be in that actually are just fairly safe most of the time. Oh, what in the world? Seriously? Again, I should take a few shots at this and actually get consistent at it. Yeah, don't have time to skip through that. Okay. I do think this is probably kind of the original sin of this game, and putting together stages that are just the same hazard many times in a row to an obnoxious degree. I don't think this is a particularly bad stage by most metrics regardless. But even so. Like, how many times am I going to do this exact obstacle here? And shoot, at this point, I can practically... Oh, I forgot you stop and start again. Yeah, I wonder what the timing was for this. Yeah, I need to get some practice on these again. It's not that bad. This part especially if you realize actually that there's a blind spot this thing has. This part always gave me a bit of trouble, I remember. But yeah, if you just jump there at a sensible time, it's not that bad. This is gonna give me a gold, which is not bad considering it was supposed to be a practice run. But it feels like you just do it on one run. You should pretty comfortably get a diamond. Although I think they made changes here. I don't think you used to have those orange circles telling you what the ranges were of these things, of the spinners. I remember having difficulties in the challenge update of the original Marble It Up, where yep, dodging some things. Where I would misjudge the distance these things covered. Ah. It feels like I haven't managed to internalize how these things work quite as well as I had in the past. But these mirrors are just a lot easier by virtue of being able to see what the ranges are. For some reason I hesitated to jump. I felt like I should see before I could jump. But I didn't have time to see. Or rather, I should have just, had proper control of the camera the whole time. So not even bother trying to skip that. There we go. You don't have to be particularly aggressive in this stage to do well, and it doesn't feel like it. It's rewarding to just be consistent. Yep. Did not have a good opportunity to jump there despite having attempted to do so. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I still find this level a little rough in execution. Largely just because for some darn reason I can't get myself to fully understand what's going on with those spinners on the slopes. The ones that move. It's not that tough otherwise. I still do dumb stuff like that on occasion, I don't know why. I actually don't mind this stage too much, although it does commit that error, in my opinion, of just making you do the same thing too many times. Like, how many of these spinners do you have to jump over? Like, I get a stage having a theme to it, like, this is the challenge that this particular stage is built around. But it can get obnoxious doing the same one too many times. You can absolutely launch up top there, by the way, off of the spinning bar. I'm not going to go for it. There's no way I need to do that to get a good time. Is this not a path I can take anymore? There you go, jeez. Okay, how many times have I managed to hit precisely the edge of that one? There. Slow down and hold at the start if you have to. It's still funny to me that this trick, on the other hand, like, I don't even... Maybe the physics are just sufficiently different that that's an easier jump to make than before. That's also possible. Man, every time I think I could make that, I can't. I don't know why. But yeah, there are changes in the physics between this and prior version, so it might also be that this jump actually is authentically easier than it was. Yeah, I don't have to rush this too hard. I don't have to try to fly through it to begin with anyway, so... You know, I would like to just internalize how to get past this part. It's not that big of a deal if I don't, I guess. Here I know on this corner it's safe. I want to have a better idea of when it's safe in each spot in general. Which I'm fully capable of doing. Okay. Fortunately, it's been a while since I've been on this part. Duh. I'll take another shot at it regardless, if nothing else for practice, but it is a bit annoying how... There. Don't know why that was... Just being on a slope makes that a lot harder than it really ought to be. I feel like you can skip up to the next path here as well. I just don't manage to see a good way of doing it. Okay, I don't know if this was good enough for a diamond per se. That was definitely better. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I also don't think I ever saw how to get the treasure box here. I feel like if I manage to do this on one run, I'll probably get a diamond here. I suspect that they didn't change the time for diamond compared to the others. It could be they made the diamond harder while making the others what they were in the previous incarnation of the level. Yeah, I'm doing a skip here too. While also going a little slow through some parts of the stage, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting some idea of how to go through that safely again. Once I'm over here, I'm safe. I don't see any other skips that I would expect them to actually expect me to do. Never mind. Man, it's like it's hard to adjust the first moment that I switch gravity there, and after that it's fine. I can get over those spinners, but it takes just a little too long to adjust to actually do it consistently. Very narrow dodge there. Up we go. Do these things yet again. If we're over here, we're fine. That jump seemed kind of pointless. That jump, I think, betrays my lack of understanding of precisely where those things are and when. Ah, shoot! I sometimes manage to get over one jump, sometimes I don't. And I'm not consistent enough in that to be able to predict. Whoa! Controller. Okay, my controller's just rumbling now. Okay, the controller took a good few seconds to stop rumbling there. That was a really hard hit from the Marvel's perspective, apparently. I keep leading that jump. I guess it's been a while, but I still do it frequently. Yeah, this feels similar to the first time I went through this stage, to be honest, where it's not feeling as difficult as the first time regardless, but it's still taking me a good while to actually execute the thing. Moving a little slowly here. Ah, man. Whenever I start feeling like, oh, I'm getting a feel for where these things are and when, I can actually start to go a little faster on them because I know what is and is not safe. I end up proving myself wrong. Hello. Okay. Basic control. Can't tell if that second jump I did there was actually necessary or not. I usually don't do it. The stage is long enough to where each attempt takes, oh, an annoying amount of time. I accidentally tapped the trigger there. Did not mean to. Okay. I say it as if I'm back to the part where I actually need to try to make progress that I haven't made in the past, but that's not the case. Well, I am now. Kind of. Well, no. Last time I messed up wasn't here. It was when you do the exact same thing again. Right after. Yep. Okay. That part doesn't usually hit me. It's not the part that I really intended to be having difficulty on. Granted, none of these things are actually individually difficult to where I think I should have difficulty on much of any of them, except for the couple uphill spinners. Which even then, I don't feel are really something that should be so difficult. And it feels like it's more just that I fail to adjust to them. And also I just get to them so rarely that they ended up giving me trouble because of lack of practice. Also, I had some very uncomfortably narrow dodges just now. Oh, come on! I was doing these better before. By taking a different route, granted, but... yeah, it feels like, even though this feels easier, I just feel like I'm really doing better than I did the first time I was on this stage, which is kind of annoying, since I've done this stage before. One likes to imagine linear, not even necessarily linear, but generally, like, continual progress at a thing. If you do a thing another time after having gone good at it, you at least will start off better than you did the first time or similar, right? But that's not always true, of course. That's humbling in an unpleasant way to discover that. There could be some skip here I'm still missing as far as getting a diamond goes. So you just go through that way. That generally works somewhat consistently. Yeah, so you just stay on the outside there, and that's not so bad. And this part hasn't given me any trouble in this version of the game. There we go. Yeah, you just have to get a run through without losing a life, really. It's not that bad. Okay, I don't know if I saw the treasure box in the same spot as before, but I'll look for that next time.